and welcome to the Mommanevin YouTube channel. My name is Joan and I am Mommanevin here on YouTube and on Instagram. This channel is for me to show all of my unfinished projects and hopefully get those across the finish line. Today is March 3rd. As you can tell, my husband has been busy decorating my room for St. Patrick's Day. Our family name Nevin is a very, very Irish name, and so we do celebrate St. Patrick's Day around here. So, and here we go with this. Okay, I just want to remind everyone that I do have a Gmail account now, and it is mommanevin@gmail.com. So if you want to send me something, I'm going to be asking for someone's address here in a little bit, so that's where you would send that. If you want to, if I give away bags, which I'm working on doing, that would be where you would send information to me as far as if you're interested in winning bags, and if you win, then that would be the place for you to give me your address. All right. So let's get started with the projects. Not as much done this week as I would like, but you know, that's every week for me. I'm always very critical of myself. This week, on my Advent blanket, I got this orange done. I don't know if you can tell much of a difference. I'm thinking I might need to invest in some better lighting in here. So if you'd like to give me your opinion of that, I would appreciate it. Also, I started this section right here. My husband and I took a little trip down to Temecula today, and I worked on that on the way down and back, so I got a little bit done. And I have about 5 more sections, maybe 5.5 with that, what I did today, of the Knitty McPurley, and then I'll be able to move on to the next one. So we're doing pretty good with that. John's socks. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like to be negative on here, but I'm not happy with this Knit Picks yarn. This is their static yarn, and it's really been giving me difficulties. Normally, I don't go by number of rows. I try to match colors. And I've been really having a lot of trouble getting these to match. So I'm going to go with what I have so far and finish these up and try to match them as good as possible. But I just don't know that I have like 3 or 4 other skeins of static in my stash, and I don't know if I'm going to use those for socks. I might decide to use them for something else. So that's that. But these are ready for a heel. So I'll be hopefully putting the heels in these two this next week. Right. Becca's Frog. Becca's Frog did get a little bit of attention this week. I finished up the second row. I want to say it was this one, but maybe it was this one. I don't remember. It might have been this one. And then I've done the 2 hexagons for the next row. What will happen with the rest of the 3rd row will be pentagons, not pentagrams. But so it's looking pretty cute, I think. So we'll see what it looks like when I finish it up. Moving right along here. My plastic canvas. I got another side done, so now I have 2. So I need to do 2 more, and when I finish the 2 more, then I can sew all of them together and put the edging around the top and the edging around the bottom, and this will be done. So that's exciting. So here's another look at those. All right, now last week I had talked about getting a project bag that I had cut out already, and I was going to get that sewed and get that done. And it is done. I only had one person reach out to me that they were interested in having this. So if there's anyone else, I'll give you till the end of the week to see if anyone else is interested in having this, and otherwise I'll be asking that person for their address so I can send it to them. I did find another project that I had cut out, and this was for sheepies, and it's got fabric that's knit terminology. Is that right? Yeah. And the inside would be the yarn balls. So if anyone is interested, I will be making that this next week. If anyone is interested in winning that, please let me know. This will be the official bag for me having 10 episodes. So if you want to win that, please, please, please either put a note down below or send me an email at Mommanevin. Let's see, mommanevin@gmail.com. All right, so I'm moving along here today. I pulled out another project to add to this week, and these are my Goth Kitty socks. And I had started these for, when was this sock? 2022. Excuse me, sock camp. I don't know why I didn't finish them. They're gorgeous. I think it was because they're on 2 circulars. I was trying on 2 circulars, and not my preferred method. Excuse me. So sorry. I will be finishing these up. I'll work on these and get these finished up in a timely manner, I hope. So I'll show you these as they progress. Now, I had started with John socks. I had started making videos for the different ways that I do socks. And I'm going to have to cut all this out. But with the issue that I'm having with matching them, I think I'm probably going to start over. And the Goth Kitty socks, I think, will be a good one for me to start over with when I start the next sock. So I'll just show you. The thing that I do differently than most people is my cast on, is the slip stitch cast on, how I pick up stitches so that I don't get holes at the corner. The way that I close my toe, I don't do I can't think of the name of it, a Kitchener stitch. I actually use something called a Finchley graft, and I have found that it looks better to me the way that I do it. So I like that better. All right. Sorry, my notes did not print again today. I don't know what I'm going to do about that printer. All right, so purchases. I was going to come on here and be all proud of myself and tell you I didn't purchase anything this week, but that's a lie. Like I told you a little bit earlier, we went to see my husband's sister and her husband down in Temecula today. We like to meet up usually we used to meet around Christmas, but it's just been crazy. And so we've started meeting at different times of the year. Now, last year we saw them at my son's wedding. So we hadn't seen them since then. So that was May. It's been 10 months. So I have to do better. I'm so sorry. My husband told me I apologize a lot as much as I say so. I went to Joann's because right across from the restaurant that we met up at is a Joann's. So I found this fabric, and this just reminded me of like spring and summer. And then I found this fabric to go with that. So I'm going to make a couple of bags for that, and I may be giving one away. And then I found this fabric, and I thought it was so cute. Now, I do not need bags. I have a million, but I love making them. What are you going to do? So this fabric I thought was so cute. And I believe Kay is going to do sock camp again. She normally does. So when she does sock camp, I'm going to give away a bag. Now, I don't know if you guys even want my bags. Here you go. Now, the bags that I normally make, this is my big bag that I normally make. But I have started making some that are smaller, that are one sock size. You know what? I'm going to see if I can pause this. I don't think I have one in here. Hang on, I'm going to pause this and come back. I'm back. And this is my sock size bag. So if you look at it as compared to this, well, hard to tell. This is smaller. It's just big enough for two socks, sorry, pair of socks. So I have all my yarn and stuff in here for a pair of socks that I need to make for my husband. So this is the size I'm talking about making with the zipper. So if you prefer a zipper, now's your chance. And then I also found this fabric because I just thought it was so cute. So I need to find, I'm thinking I want to find like either a white with a yellow flower, or I don't know, white with yellow dots maybe, because I like the inside of the bags to be lighter so they're easier to see what's in there. All right. And I also, I don't have it yet, but I am starting a subscription to Rowan Minis just because I can't resist anymore. I'm weak. I told my husband what I called this, and he said, don't call it that anymore. That sounds bad. So this is now going to be my bucket of color, bucket of yarn, whatever. I don't know. But it's getting some additions in there, so that's pretty neat. Looking around, I hate that I do that, but I do. All right, let's talk about Pirate and Chips. God love him. Pirate is quite something. He has a giant Gumby that he loves, but he ripped its arm off. So my husband asked me to sew it together so that he could still play with it because he really loves it. So as I was sewing it, he came in and he was like, you have Gumby, because he hadn't seen it for a couple of weeks. So I gave him the arm that I had cut off. And he went running around the house, and there was Gumby fuzz everywhere. He quite enjoyed himself. So I did get Gumby put back together. We did get the arm away from him and got that thrown in the trash because we don't want him to swallow any of the fiber fill. But he's special. What can I say? He has tried knitting again. He got some of my yarn when I wasn't paying attention, and my husband was like, what has he got? You need to come see what your dog has done. And there was my yarn everywhere. He loves yarn. Not a good thing, but he loves yarn. Okay. Happenings in Southern California. Still raining. I know, it's shocking. It's March and it's still raining. That's crazy. So I keep saying, well, this should be about it. This should be about it. But it's still happening. I don't know what to think. I checked on the eagles this morning before we went to Temecula, and I don't see any eagle babies yet. So that does make me a little bit nervous. Our eagles have had issues in the past with some of the eggs not hatching. So I'm hoping that's not the case this year. Speaking of my sister-in-law, Kathy, Kathy was showing me pictures of projects that she has done when I was telling her about the YouTube channel. And she has made some of the cutest things. I'm going to put a couple of pictures up here for you. And she donates them to a place called Birth Choice Center. And this is to help mamas who are struggling. And I don't know if they sell the things that she gives them or if they just give them to the mamas. I'm not really sure. But I just thought it was really neat that she did that. And she's made so many of them. She had pictures of 20. So it was really, really cute idea. Show and tell is my little sewing chair. And my daughter-in-law, Becca, who loves all things vintage, had found one of these at a store that because her grandmother was her grandmother was amazing. And she made award-winning quilts. And I was like, don't look to me for that, sister. But she had found one similar to this in a vintage store, and she bought it for herself to remind her of her grandmother. And when I saw it, I was like, I want one. So I found this on Etsy, and it's just really neat. It's really neat. It has some of the wooden spools of thread, and the scissors came with it, and the pins came with it, and it has a little drawer here, and it's just adorable. And of course, for me, it's just decoration, but I really liked it. I thought it was really cute. So that's all I have today. I'm going to put some pictures in at the end of all the decorations that my husband has done, because he really enjoys doing that. Some of the things for St. Patrick's Day, he decorates a lot. So he decorated in here, which I thought was just really cute. So I'll put some of those pictures in there. I would like to thank you all so much for coming back and watching, and I appreciate you more than you know. So I'll see you next week. Bye.